Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour.
Aujourd'hui. Hello everyone.
Hi.
Today another trip in France together with Leslie from 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆.
Yes, man.
And we are standing in a very unique place because this was a very small house, but it's actually attached to a huge manor. So it's actually, the story is that this was actually the home of a man who was the father of the people who lived next door. They had a lot of money and they decided to just give this house to their father and take care of him, because
there was also a reason behind it, right? Because he had a wife, and this wife got terminally ill, and the bills from the hospital were so huge that he lost his house of that. And that's why his son and daughter next to here, they decided, let's give our father this lovely place.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty small, pretty cozy, a lot of things left behind.
So the father who used to live in this part, he actually was a truck driver, and he passed away in 2015. So in 2015 the building got abandoned 5 years ago, and yeah, there you can see the picture of him. So yeah, we're just gonna give you a look into his interesting life, show you all the features, and also show you the manor right next to it, which is also abandoned and used to belong to the son and the daughter. So guys, enjoy watching this video.
Enjoy this video.
So apparently this property got abandoned around Christmas time. There are so many Christmas ornaments, literally everywhere on the wall. Well, actually, I gotta admit, I've seen a lot of abandoned houses, but this one makes me feel quite sad. Not only the reason that it got abandoned pretty recently, only 5 years ago, but also because the man didn't have a woman anymore. His wife was terminally ill, like Leslie already said. She passed away very early at a young age. So all the care that was needed for the man was done by his lovely children who lived right next door. Right over here, some DVDs. I think there used to be a television inside of this cabinet. It has been taken out. Some clocks over here. I've seen lamps like this a lot in Belgium, but in France they're less common. Anyways, this was the bedroom. Some clothes thrown around. You can tell the cobwebs in between the lamp over here. I think the man also had a dog. Take a look at the China birds there. Little ship. I think he loved listening to 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆 and then eventually turning it on the speakers right in the corner. He would have nice music here and a big sofa, but also the mattress. It's strange, I mean, the setup. I think in his later days the man eventually just slept on the mattress here, but it didn't used to be a bedroom. Over there you can also see an alarm clock right on the cabinet. Anyways, there's still pieces of clothes hanging here, and just all the clothes of the man are left behind the wardrobe. Take a look, they're all still perfectly hanging on the hangers. And the strangest thing of all is, you wouldn't even say that this building is abandoned from the exterior, because it's located in a very big city, just in between all the houses. However, the traces of dust tell a different story. Oh my. Over here in the cabinets are even still some clothes of his woman, his wife. Even a fur coat there. That's actually really sad. I think in memory of his wife, he always decided to keep her clothes to honor her. And then from what I assume was the bedroom in the later days, we make our way to the living. A very tiny and cozy living. Just to give you an overview, table in the middle, big cabinets, some taxidermy on the wall. A very typical French interior and style. Over there you can see the coffee grinder. All these different sizes of these cups. A belt here on the refrigerator. Well, this time I'm not gonna open the refrigerator. I can tell you, all food is left inside. That also leads this place to be very smelly. And if I open the fridge, it will even be more smelly. So I really want to avoid that. Anyways, take a look. Wow, just everything is still perfectly standing there. And then there's cobwebs growing in between everything. It's crazy how the pans are still standing on the furnace. Over here the microwave, their coffee machine, and like I said, all the Christmas ornaments. Take a look at all these mini Santas and all these lights. Unbelievable. I think over here they even used to hang some keys. Well, they're gone and they're not needed anymore. The place is just wide open to public. Well, and then I think when they served their dishes in the kitchen and made their dishes, this would just have been the dining room in the middle. There's a watch laying on the table here, some walnuts. It's pretty eerie how the clock is still ticking inside of this place. And then displayed on the clock you can see many different bird species. Actually, it makes me feel very sad to see all these personal memories and pictures just left unloved on top of his cabinet. So this is a picture on holiday in Turkey from 2003. Over here we can see the woman. It's actually inside of this house, probably with her grandson. And then this was the couple. You can tell this picture was slightly more recent than the other one, probably a decade later. Right over here, his face with these plants. Take a look, the deer over there on the wall. Oh my, they even have still thermometer here and it's still working. It's saying the time, it's saying 8 and 5 degrees Celsius. That's crazy. The display is just still working. And over here they had a ship, miniature. And this was the man. Also right over here with his grandson. And then when he was still in his younger days, just passionately driving the truck each and every day. Well, obviously he loved listening to music, all the CDs, but also the big speakers there in the corner. Take a look over there, the stuffed owl on the wall. I didn't even notice it at first sight. Television over here. Even a game of dominoes and a lot of pens are here left. Some fake flowers. Always give some life and joy back into these abandoned places. They're still nice and colorful. Look right over here. It's actually a sailor's head. It's from Venice in Italy. Well, the man definitely had a dog. Over here is also still dog food left. At least the package of it. It's not filled with dog food anymore. But I'm sure he had a dog. Oh, and over here. All the keys are still hanging here from different parts. So probably from the side house, but also from the big manor. Crazy. And then over here they had a tiny bathroom. Strangely enough, all the clothes are hanging here. Some of them are very moldy. You can see some traces of black mold on the shirts here. It looks quite messy. Still the bathing products. Oh, take a look at the crane here. It looks crazily decayed. Toilet there, just behind the door. A washer. Wait a second, this is very strange. So we found dates from 2015, but this is actually from September 2019. That is very, very recent. Because when we are filming this video is March 2020. So this calendar was placed there 4 months ago. If it's a true date, of course. What? Okay, I don't know, just a bad gut feeling about this place. I mean, you can tell it has been vacant for a longer amount of time, but why are these recent calendars here? Okay, so that was it so far for the tiny house. Right now, making my way down the hallway. Oh, a monkey doll.
So?
So, French 𝗦𝗶𝗶𝗲, check him out. Walking down the stairs. And this was the main entrance. Again, a picture of them. There are so many pictures of them together. They were definitely happily in love. Anyways, making our way to the manor right now. So there's a complete building which is huge attached to it. That used to belong to his son, together with his girlfriend. It's just wide open. Let's check it out. Oh wow! Take a look at the architecture. The wood and everything. It's so unique. This really reminds me of a Belgian place, the mansion of the mayor. And if you haven't checked out that video, it will pop up right over here in the top right corner. But anyways, this was a majestic place back in its days. Although not all the furniture is left inside of this manor, you can tell this was a beautiful building, and it still is. They could easily renovate it. Although I already see some traces of decay. Collapsed ceiling over here. The bricks of the ceiling have fallen down. Over here just part of a bed. A really nice chair, by the way. Oh my, this looks really bad. So this was a bathroom, but heavily decayed, like you can see. I haven't seen this part yet, by the way. Also take a look at the stained glass. This definitely used to be a majestic place. Right over here, we're at a dark room. Oh my. I guess homeless people lived inside of this place. Look how many cans and garbage are made. And that maybe also explains why there was a recent calendar in the other building. And a mattress, of course, at a random place where you wouldn't expect it. I think in the part of 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆, because that's how this man was called. Right over here, they had another room. Oh wow, take a look at the mirror, but also on the wall prints. I mean, this definitely was a gorgeous place. And they also definitely had servants serving them wine. Take a look at this. Old picture. She probably did her communion on this picture. Those are actually some books of medicine and hygiene. So I was discussing with my friend, we probably think that this mansion did not only belong to the former son and daughter of the person, but at a later purpose it's probably also being used as a student building, because all these different boxes with different numbers definitely think that more than one person or one family lived there, because they're up to and including 11. And you definitely won't expect this in just a normal mansion where people lived, only one family. Also the signs of fire exit. Anyways, let's check out the upstairs floors. I'm pretty curious how they look like, but I think most of them are almost completely empty. So over here just a bed. And to me it really looks like these all were just separate rooms for students. Yeah, definitely. Because there's also a kitchen, there's a bathroom, just all the basic needs you would need to just live your student life. And besides that, like I told, this property is located in a very big city and also very close to the main station. So probably you have been mistaken about the fact that this used to belong to the son and daughter. We always try to do as much research as we can while we are exploring these buildings, and I think that you saw 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆 lived in the small house right over there. But this building, I think it was a separate building for students only. You can tell that 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆, the truck driver, together with his wife, who was terminally ill, because we found enough evidence on envelopes and letters because of that. But this building, I think it had a different purpose, and it was separately from the wife and the story of 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆 who lived next door. Right over here, another room. And what immediately took my eye is, take a look. Adolf Hitler. Also in this room it's quite smelly because the fridge is standing open. I guess there's also food left inside of this one. However, what I find strange is this is an elderly bed. Okay, I'm getting very confused by this place. At first sight it looked like a student building. Maybe it was a care home for the elderly, I don't know. But this was definitely not for students, but for an elderly man or woman. Even more pictures here on the wall. I've got so many questions about this place. Very mysterious. Maybe I'm completely mistaken about the story. Here also a device to aid the elderly with walking. So maybe we can find some clues in the next rooms. So what was right over here? Oh, this room is in a very bad state. And like I told, these are the dates that the probably originally got abandoned by the past occupants around March 2015, so that's exactly 5 years from now. Some medicines here and a knife. Right next door, another room, again a bedroom, calendar from 2015. I guess the person who lived here and slept here loved the color pink. I mean, it's obvious. Right over here they had a little kitchen and a sink. It's so tiny. I've never seen it that tiny, a bathroom and a kitchen combined. Probably they had like shared showers or something, but not a private shower, because I'm missing them in these rooms. Well, and then the last thing which is left for us is the upstairs floor. Oh, the wallpaper is completely peeling off here. There are so many different rooms. You can also tell that vandalists have found their way inside, and probably homeless people. Because there's that many clothes and drinks and bottles of wine. Yeah, this is definitely a sign that homeless people have slept there. And somehow I'm glad they did, because if you don't have any shelter and a building like that is just being vacant and nobody takes care of it, why wouldn't you go in and just sleep there? Have nice shelter, don't get wet because of the rain or freeze because of the coldness. I mean, it's a good thing. I would do the same if I wouldn't have a home. Because there are so many abandoned properties in France that no one is taking care of and no one is looking after anymore. Oh, looks like the last rooms are a big mess. Take a look, also graffiti on the wall. That's probably done by 𝗦𝘗cie of the city. Well, the last room is a very tiny one. It was only a toilet. Guys, and then the garage over here, still a very good car standing in a proper condition. And this car was Mr. Christian's car. I think even this car would just still start. I think the engine is still good. This car is in a very good condition to be abandoned. And shockingly enough, in the inside and the interior, still is identity cards, copies of it. Those are personal documents. Even though the person passed away, there are still left. There's even more envelopes right over there. And take a look. I would be happy if I just would own a car like this to go on road trips, because as a matter of fact, I don't even own my own car. I always borrow my parents, and sometimes I just join my friends to go on these trips. But this car, it's such in a good condition, and it's a shame it is left. I mean, it should be sold for a good reason. Maybe to people who are poorer and don't have that much money, just give this car to them for a good reason and a good purpose. Would have been much better. Take a look at the facade of this property. It's so unique. A proper manor in France. Anyways, that was it for this week's video in France. Quite a strange place I showed you today. I mean, in the end I think it was rather an elderly care home instead of a student building. And of course, a different family who lived right next door. Mr. Christian was a very passionate truck driver, lost his wife a few years earlier because of a terminal illness. and yeah, quite a sad story again. Anyways, I hoped you could appreciate that I showed you their perspective and how their life used to be. And if you enjoyed it, guys, please hit that big thumbs up. You can subscribe to our channel right down below. Leave a nice comment down below. Check out our Patreon page if you want to support us. Shop some merchandise, and in the end, thanks for watching, and we will see you on our next adventure. Peace out.